Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Comms Noise. I'm Chris, and with me this evening are...
Matt.
Other Matt.
And Ricky.
Yes, so welcome back after an extended Christmas break. We've got 4 of us here tonight. Ben's not around, and we're going to run through the Cardiff regionals, which we all attended last weekend, and talk about that, and then talk about how that's changed our thoughts on where the meta is now, and what we think was good, what we got right, what we got wrong when we were previewing everything. So yeah, how are you guys?
Good.
Recovered after
the ordeal /
How many players?
Intensity.
How many players were there again?
45.
45, yeah.
45,
So
which is
48 bought tickets.
Oh, right.
3 didn't turn up.
That was some good numbers.
Yeah,
It's really encouraging to see because
Size of
Nationals
yeah.
was 47, right?
I heard a lot of people at Nationals
Last
were
year.
saying that this regional was actually too bigger than Nationals.
Right.
It's actually currently the biggest
Oh, wow.
tournament that's been in the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
That is encouraging
Yeah,
to see.
I feel like possibly with Nationals, it might have registered about 47 people, but less showed up. I don't know.
Some
I
drops
can't
or
remember
something.
exactly,
Or,
yeah.
It's a good sign for Nationals this year, or Euros or whatever the first one
Good
is.
sign for Euros.
Yeah, it seems very
I'm not
popular.
sure how many tickets of those sold though, but the fact that there's
40 probably, I think.
the fact there's one flight is kind of it's
they're
gonna be
just-
toff to
They
people.
just shoot themselves in the foot, FFG.
Yeah,
like,
tough to play Friday, Saturday if you have real jobs. But thankfully,
I've heard it with other people in game systems. They go, some FFG makes something cool and new and amazing, and you go, yeah, I'd love it, but all my money is already being spent on other FFG games, so I can't buy it. They're just too much.
That too,
and it's the same with tournaments. Like, I play Thrones and stuff, which you've been out all weekend, Matt.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time to. I have to use my time to play Armada. I don't have the time to play all their other games, which are all awesome.
I thought this year they were getting clever with it this year. I know with the X-Wing stuff they had.
Splitting
they have
Star Wars
they
and
have 2
other.
days of Swiss.
Yeah.
Like, oh great, so I can play Armada Swiss one day,
Yeah.
X-Wing Swiss another day,
Yeah.
and I'll see where I get, and I can make it on both.
Yeah.
For some
Yeah.
miracle, I'll pick. And there's a no. You play
It's
once.
really annoying.
And with some of them, you might not even get to play the second day of Swiss. But Armada you do, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Which is why I'm playing Armada on X-Wing.
But there's a graduated cut on X-Wing.
So you could be out day one.
And same with like
Cheers to on the Friday and paying for the weekend.
Yeah.
But actually, Saturday, Sunday, there's no game for you.
yeah, and you could pay £25 to enter X-Wing and only get the 1 day of gaming.
But when that's after the Expo entry already of like
which is
28
another £25. Yeah, so it does.
What if they don't have the numbers? Do you still have to play the 7?
no,
Swiss
it's
rank?
not going to be 7 rounds of Swiss. It's going to depend on numbers that are registered. I feel like they are going to say if it gets close to the time and there's not more than enough of 5 rounds of Swiss, I feel like they should just bump it to just 1 day. Of Swiss.
1 day on Friday, and then give people the Saturday to play Escort or something.
Yeah. Go have a look around.
Yeah, I'd like to spend a couple of days actually at the show looking at the other games, sort of thing.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want to
that
play
too.
7 games of Armada is cool, but when I'm paying for all the hotels for 3 days,
I guess from FFG's point of view, if they're
What
hosting
money.
Yeah, well, if they're hosting all their big tournaments, all their big FFG games, and then all the other people coming to the expo are going to see,
true.
all these great games, all these amazing followings.
And it is the Euros as well, and it's not nationals.
Yeah,
they're
that's
trying to
true.
invite all the continental people, all the other countries in Europe.
It's just surprising, because the Worlds is done over like the course of a week, isn't it? Probably, like
I think
Wednesday.
it's Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't spread it out a bit more like that, because people are already taking Thursdays and Fridays off.
And probably the Monday.
Yeah.
If you've got to travel back, you'd probably take it. Certainly, if you're going out of the UK home to out of the UK, you'll take it Monday off.
If they assigned Armada to be like Wednesday, Thursday, people would probably complain that we can't play Armada.
Yes, fair point.
No, there's always a game system that loses in that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that anyway. I got my ticket. Looking forward to going.
Still considering it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's next month's paycheck.
Time off is...
Wait and see how it builds up. Yeah. But anyway, that's a different tournament. So
derailed the conversation.
We went to
within the
Cardiff
first 5
Regionals.
minutes.
It was at Firestorm Games in Cardiff, unsurprisingly. I think it's a great venue. I don't know what you
Really
guys
good.
think, but
Really good.
I've not been to all the UK wargaming venues, all the big ones, but it's the best one I've been to out of all the ones I've been to, I think, in terms of facilities and organisation.
Food was excellent.
Yeah, and the other great thing that they do is because they put that on and they mention it at the start of the game and the start of the day, you buy your tickets, because, which we'll come on to soon, the schedule's so tight. Because of that, they put the food on, it's right there. they know how many people are going to get it, so there's no excuse. There's no like wandering off. Like some people, sometimes you give them a 45-minute lunch break.
Yeah.
When I used to TO War Machine and stuff, you give them a 45-minute lunch break. There's always somebody who rocks in 15 minutes late and goes, "Oh, I thought you said it was 1:30 for round 3." You know, so there was literally no excuse. And
They did have the rule though. If you didn't show up within 10, that was it.
but they told everybody that at the start of the game,
Well,
and
good-
they didn't
good
say
briefing.
they didn't say you had to go into town to get. They put it there. There was no
absolutely.
excuse.
So you wouldn't have time to go into
You
town
wouldn't have had
with
time. No, absolutely. But
Yeah, for $5 for a large handmade burger, you know what? Nothing to complain about
good
either.
value. Yeah, good value stuff.
A lot of game places you go,
Drinks.
they'll warm a panini for you or do a Rustler's
Yeah.
burger, but
Yeah.
Forget the game.
They got a
Yeah.
proper chef for the weekends. Like, I've been there before for bigger events than that, and
bigger than Armada,
they
Chris.
get him.
There's no-
Well, no, I mean more people. I've been like Welsh Open for War Machine, 120 people plus
Wow.
about 8 or 9 press gangers.
And a press-
gang for that. Plus they've got like some magic tournament in the corner as well.
Yeah.
They have a breakfast. The same guy comes in and does bacon butties in the morning as well, so you could turn up coffees, bacon and stuff. So yeah, it's really
I think
they
we're
really
all very
cater for
impressed
you.
with
And they got bar as well, so
Yeah.
like Ben Moore just got
I found that out.
got trolleyed in his last 2 games.
Yeah, he did
He just
actually.
got wasted.
I was a responsible driver and just had one nice pint. So they do have nice beer on.
I only found out when I was back in the car the bar existed. I couldn't believe it.
You fool.
It's there as you walk in.
I didn't know. I thought it was stylistic.
To be fair, you wouldn't have wanted to compromise your tournament, your final standings. would
Ooh,
you?
spoilers.
Spoilers.
You know,
I mean, I guess anyone could have looked up the results by now anyway.
yeah.
The majority of people, let's be honest, the majority of people that are listening to this are probably were there or looked at the results. Cause,
Might do.
but then our international crowds, you know.
Might be, but I wouldn't have thought like 45 people wouldn't be that big for like a US attendances. They probably get way more than that. I wouldn't have thought.
Spread out a lot
big
more,
Deal. It's a
so-
big deal for the UK, but yeah. I wouldn't have thought. They are spread out, but people will, I guess, and that's probably the
Travel for
legacy
them.
of why you have the 5 rounds with a cut to 2, because
Yeah.
people will have to travel, so they've got to take the night anyway. It's not like that in the UK. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant. The only thing that irritates me about it is probably just because I've got family and I want to get home. Is 5 games in a day
And a cup.
and a cut to top 2. So we started at 9:10, I think. Dice. The briefing was.
Yeah,
9:15.
9:30, I think.
9:30 was the start
First
of the
game.
game.
9:30 dice down.
Yeah.
My opponent for the first round was barely even there. I had to help him set up.
I wasn't
Shocking.
Very
my
slack.
fault.
After,
Excuse me, who was late last time?
last time we were late, didn't really matter, you know. It's just what even was it? It was just a kit, wasn't it? And now
Yeah.
this time your car was late.
But the thing is, last time Matt overslept. This time you were late because you looked the time up and then just turned up late anyway. At least we knew what time we had to be there. We just Matt just overslept. So yeah.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
So yeah, I mean, I think I clearly like they want to make it standardised, and that's fine. And I think Firestorm staff did do a great job of regimenting everybody, and we kept to time. We were only about 5 minutes out by the end, which is amazing when you consider all the stuff that has to happen. But
Yeah,
I felt
it's still-
sometimes like, I mean, our game, Ricky, first game, we didn't get the last turn in. There was another game. I think I got to turn 5. Matt, you had a game that ended at turn 4, which I don't want to start you on because you're salty about it, but we'll come to that later. So people weren't, and I was rushing to, I'd finish, hand my slip in, go and get a drink or go and have a comfort break, come back, and everybody would be starting, I'm deploying, and I'm like, what? Like, I've got no time to catch your breath, no
See,
time.
on the other
I
hand,
just couldn't get to...
I liked it because it was a full day, 5 rounds. You know, I really enjoyed the 5 rounds. I think if you go into a big event like that, it's actually really nice. I was fully immersed on my list. It was great. I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
And it was constant. There was no kind of sitting around waiting.
There's no
I
way,
was
but
just
like,
playing Armada.
after the
Beautiful.
4th one, it was just like your brain was
painful.
kind of
It was
fried. I
painful.
felt I was exhausted.
I maybe I've been ill all week. I had a really bad cold, and the Sunday I felt almost like I'd been. Look, the first, if you've ever played rugby, the first day you go back for your full contact training after summer, I felt like that. I felt like I'd beaten up. Like I couldn't think straight. I couldn't. I barely roll out of bed. Like my back was sore. My hips were sore. I was so dehydrated. Quite probably mostly to do with old age and fatherhood. But at the same time, like I just. Yeah, it was an endurance test.
I think I had a warped perspective because round. Slight spoiler, but for round 5 for me, had just taken 2 absolute hammerings. So I was like, okay, right, it's for fun. I got a guy who's really chilled. I think it's called Nigel Gray. He's really chilled out, really nice guy. we ended up playing a fairly fun objective, was capture the VIP. And so we actually had a pretty chilled out last game. So for me, it was like a really nice end cap to the day.
Because we won't discuss the results.
Well, yeah, I'll discuss the results of it later, but even before we started, you could tell it was going to be a fun game.
Cool.
And it kind of finished the day off nicely.
Should we?
Yeah, we'll move on to
start doing games.
We'll start doing. Yeah, we'll just run through because there's so many games. We won't go through each one in detail.
What?
Each one of us will just do our list and then quick result. What faction you played against with what kind of stuff in. Quick results and then any notable moments and a quick review of what you might change in your list or what your perceptions changed on. So Matt, you're going to start us off.
Yeah. So, my list, and after advice from Ben.
Which Ben, Matt? Which Ben?
Edgar.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I decided I really wanted to make the interdict work, and I thought...
There's no making
it was a really fun list, and I'll probably take it to London, or I'll think about it for London next weekend. He's
a glutton for punishment.
It was super fun games. Anyway, it was an interdict to combat refit with Vader. I had tractor beams, the G8 experimental projector, which is the exhaust and slow someone down, engine techs, Captain Needa for the evade token, and interdictor. There were 2 Arc-10s light cruisers with slave turrets, a Xanti with tractor beams, and then a small assortment of squadrons, which was basically just trying the new stuff with Zertic, Whisper, Jonas, Lambda, and Bosk. Just because I like the idea of those squadrons. It's a pretty simple idea. You use the interdictor to try and keep people in one place, skirt around them, fire at them from long range with the Arc-10s and get the rerolls off Vader and stack up the damage. In actuality, it's still not effective.
Surprise, surprise, the internet. No matter what you do, it still doesn't work in competitive games.
I think what I saw, so a broad brush for me was that it works if you've only got one target that you need to fuck over. If you need to slow one thing down.
Yeah, and lots of people don't run one-ship lists, unfortunately.
Why not?
But lots of people run two ships that are good at close range.
Right.
And I can fuck over one and shoot that one, and the other one does me. So what I played against...
what you need is 2 interdicts.
I played against a few things. First match was ISD, the Demolisher, 2 Gazantes, also running Vader, I believe. Or actually, it was Motti, I think. And essentially, I was pecking the ISD to death from long range. But after a certain point, you realise you're not going to kill an ISD. And I managed to kill the Demolisher, but he had done a hero run to take out the Arc-10s, and I lost 6-5, I think, to Ben Riley. Fun game. It was the first time I'd used the list. Great moment to try a first match at regionals.
Yeah, I was the same. Took an untested list.
Get Ben Riley. He's a strong player.
Yeah. No, he was a strong player. It was a good game.
Baptism of fire for the interdictor list there.
I think what happened is he played it well, and he kept at range all game until I sort of ran out of board space. At which point he could jump on me because I swept around the long way, and then after so much time at being at long range, he was like, "I'm here."
I have noticed with him, he is very good at playing the board edge.
Yeah.
And I played the other week, and the board edge defined our entire game. Was I could do this again. Oh no, I can't. The board edge is let down.
Yeah. And then the objective of that game I was using. He chose Planetary Ion Cannon from my list, which was one of the new ones. I was just putting new stuff in to just try it out.
Will you be ever using that again in a competitive setting?
Not in a competitive setting, probably.
So why? You could do 12 damage to them.
If all three,
I said could.
And if they have strategics, they just move them right.
Yeah, if they have strategics, they just move them right away.
But if you had it, you could move them.
I hit the Demolisher twice with the Planetary Ion Cannons, and it put the threat in, because you can hit any shield facing.
Yeah.
So if he's redirecting and bracing, there's always going to be the smaller ships are going to have one side, but there's just not enough of the tokens. And if the opponent's running strategic, they're fairly easy to dodge, which happened in my last game.
Oh, no.
The next game I played was ISD, Demo, and Architens with Vader this time. And we played opening salvo, and that was brutal because I lost. I lost 2 Architens. No, I lost 2 Architens.
You always said I was going to say brutal because I did this, didn't know. It was because
I lost 2 Architens.
That's how everything was dead round 2.
Right. I lost 2 Architens, but I'd managed to put damage cards on the ISD, and in the last round, my Kazanti put a damage card on his Demolisher. So I got half points and scraped to 6-5. No one suspects the Kazanti opening salvo. With Vader, you're like,
3 dice with a
I'll take a
rerolls,
blue dice, 2 black dice,
Nice.
and then I'll spend my evade to re-roll them, and it just gets the hurt through. It was so funny. And then my third game, which was my most successful, I played against Avenger, Raider, 2 Gazantis. There was like a bomber ball with Motti. Essentially what happened, and this is what I should have been doing probably all game.
So what's the same people that maybe just get into a mod Avengers and ISD?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Avenger
very powerful.
The best ISD.
Yeah, it was an ISD 2 with the Avenger title, so if you spend any tokens
if you're
from something else,
you can't spend exhausted tokens against.
Yeah. And he came running in at speed 3 to immediately get up in my face, which made me split the Architens, and I just had to. My Interdictor was trying to engine tech further and further away from the ISD, slowing him down as much as I could, and the Architens just kept adding the damage cards in, and finally whistled down a Motti ISD, which just takes flipping ages.
Yep.
And I ended up winning 9-2 because I could. He'd chosen opening salvo again, which basically gave me a lot of good initial shots because I was like, take 5 red dice, 2 black dice.
I guess the Interdict is almost as good as a VSD when you're opening salvo, right? Wow.
Yeah.
and you're only paying 20 points more than the VSD.
And then in my 4th game, I played against a guy running Mon Mothma, 2 MC30s, 2 Corvettes, there's probably a flotilla, and a bunch of the YTs. Is it 2400s? The Rogues.
Yeah.
The Rogues, the super annoying Rogues. That was a really fun game, and he played a really nice maneuver that I should have seen coming, but I didn't. Essentially, I made my gun line. I was fucking over admonition and like shooting the shit out of him. Had like stripped his tokens, was making him go speed 1. Started putting the damage cards on him, and then Foresight came jumping in to the party, to the Architens gun line, and just ruined their day. Foresight was like, "You can die now. You can die."
First player.
Because I have no bid with this list, and with 2 MC30s he has, and it was like accelerated from speed 2 to 4, and he was like just out of range 5 of the Interdictor, so I couldn't tractor beam or anything in the previous round, and then he jumps in, torches and Architens. And admonition, I was so gutted. Admonition was sat on 1 evade token left, and like limping away, and I just couldn't turn into him to finish him off. But he had reinforced blast doors anyway, so he wasn't in too much danger. You can survive the entire game.
Almost hated coming
assuming you don't take too much of that. But I lost that one. Can't quite remember the margin, but it's a fun game. And then my final game was playing against someone running Screed, 2 Gladiators, I think it was 3 Gazantis, and then a mix of squadrons.
He's not messing about with that list, is he?
Yeah. So Demolisher comes running in to torch and Architens, and I in return put a lot of hurt onto the Demolisher. But then he runs in with the other Gladiator to scare off me being able to finish the Demolisher. And there were a couple of... my squadrons absolutely died to his. And there was a moment My biggest mistake was I could have activated an Architens to broadside a gladiator that was hurting, but I decided to activate the interdictor first because I might be able to get a little more damage on it. But he activated a Gamma Squadron, which is a bomber with grit, which I should have looked at. I was like, oh, it's tied up by Whisper, that's fine. And then moves to the Architens and gets the roll he needs. Yeah.
I kept forgetting all game that I had. All day I had grit on some of my stuff.
It is easy to forget because,
Yeah, because it's just
Doesn't
that one bomber.
doesn't seem to
one of
come
the new
up that
ones.
often.
Yeah.
The Lancer.
No, the Gamma Squadron.
Oh, yeah,
the
fair.
new unique bomber in the Corellian Conflict book. But overall, I had book. What do I mean? A campaign thing. Overall, I had really fun games, and I enjoyed flying the interdictor and trying to learn how to play it.
It hasn't put you off.
It hasn't put me off.
Cannot be awesome.
I think out of
Impressive result.
out of whatever we say, how many people there were, I think
45.
I was the only interdictor there.
Does that not tell you something?
Which tells me something. It tells me I need to play it more.
With more of them.
Where did you finish that 45?
27? I don't know.
I think if you had it, was it?
So you weren't too bad then. You weren't
Yeah, I think
Middle of the field.
what I thought is I didn't.
Just engineering.
Last year there was the acrylic tokens for the edge and the activation counter, which I really like the look of.
Yeah. So
And I sort of played a list and I was like, oh, I really hope I get those. This year I didn't care about the brace tokens and knew I wasn't in the contention for
the
sparkly dice.
teenage nail polish guys.
I like them.
Yeah.
Even if they blanked out
Yeah.
for you every time on Thursday.
No. Targets. I
Oh
like
yeah, there's
target-
accuracies every
accuracies
time.
every
They
time.
are weighted.
See, my blue ones, they just roll crits all the time. The amount of
They
times I
are
roll 4,
weighted.
we went at four crits. Four
Wait,
crits.
your blue
four crits.
sparky ones.
Blue
They
sparkly.
look the most like
So you need to start
teenage
running
nail
Nim.
polish.
Got Shara, she does alright with them.
Oh yeah, fair, yeah.
We need to swap some around a bit.
No, we're good.
But no, I didn't really care about the prizes. I just wanted to play a list and play around with the interdictor.
Practice it. Yeah, I had a kind of similar experience. I just wanted to put a list through the Forge and see how it did. So I hadn't play tested it before, and the premise I was going on was a kind of make the choice for the opponent as difficult as possible. So I had no bid. I had a MC80
Filth.
tooled up. It was Defiance, Admonition. It was a bit pared down because I didn't have the points, so I didn't have APTs on it. But other than that, it's standard build. I had Bright Hope with Torrent Far, and then Dodonna's luxury cruise boat that just flies around the back of the table and does relays from relay squadron orders every turn.
For a second, I thought you were going to say you had Dodonna's Pride. I was like,
No.
Jesus, you didn't spend the points on APTs for the
I did
8-point
not.
title.
Why not?
And then I had 3 VCX freighters, that's the one with strategic and relay, and 5 E-wings. And then my objectives were advanced gunnery, fire lanes, and sensor net. With the idea being that if you let me go first, I've got ammunition. I'll do you with that. If you go second and you pick advanced gunnery, I'll stick it on Defiance. That's going to hurt you. Or you could pick fire lanes. I'll just move all the fire lanes tokens into my behind Defiance and score them every turn.
Yeah.
Or sensor net, which
See,
unfortunately most
I've got
people
a
were
question
good.
about this. Did anybody ever pick Sensor Net?
Everybody picked sensor net.
Everyone.
Because I
That was
could
the only objective.
No, Ricky picked fire lanes.
I can never bother to read what
Sam-
the card says. It's so
So
weird.
Ricky picked fire lanes, Sam picked advanced gunnery, and the other 3 guys all picked sensor net.
Who picked Advanced Gunnery?
Sam, in the second game.
Which
Sam.
Sam?
you win?
Sam?
That was Sam.
Yeah, I 10-1 him. Yeah.
Perkins.
Oh, Western Sam.
Yeah.
Never picked Advanced Gunnery against
Well,
the
Ben
MCA.
Riley did it to me
Just never.
2 weeks ago, tournaments ago, and yeah, you got to learn the hard way with that. You don't want to do it with.
No, learn from other people's hard
You can
way.
like one shot, well not one shot, but you can 2-shot pretty much.
I took like his
If
Architens
you
out.
take anything from this podcast, there's two rules. Don't pick Advanced Gunnery if they want MC80 of any sort.
Especially if it's
Right.
Defiance with
Or an
XI7s.
ISD.
Yeah. And also there was also one. Yeah, if you pick Motti, don't. If you pick Most Wanted,
Don't put it on Motti.
Don't choose your own ISD
Yeah.
flagship.
Don't put it
Motti.
on the most expensive
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Let them get the 28 points for Flotilla while you try and get.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, I was second player in all 5 of my games, and I actually tied 3 people for 400 points for no bid, and I lost the toss on every one.
Oh wow!
And so The first game I played for having gone all the way across the bridge, 45 people, of which like 6 of them I knew as regular opponents. Me and Ricky got drawn again in the first round.
We have to say we played each other the first round.
We played in the last tournament. We played each other in the first round as well.
Fixed. It's fixed.
So,
well, it's best to get it out of the way early, isn't it?
Someone's got to keep Ricky down. Oh, wait a minute.
Ricky had a similar list to me. Well, normally I do.
Not this time.
Not this time. Yeah, you had a list that you had lots of strategics as well. So you picked fire lanes and then nicked 2 of the tokens.
Yeah,
I did manage to get them back towards the end.
You did, yeah.
And I basically lost it on the admonition. You killed me exactly.
Oh dear!
And I should have had Lando on admonition, but I had it on defiance. And actually, he was useful on defiance, but I think he would have been better on admonition. You killed me exactly on admonition, which meant I couldn't claim that token or move it away. And then you got defiance as well, didn't you? Right at the end.
At the very end, yeah.
Yeah. So
because it was a bit sketchy because they were right on each other, both of them, weren't they?
Yeah.
What's defiance do again?
If you've activated already, you add a black.
Oh yeah,
it's a dice event.
It's a joint, but like, let's be honest.
Most people are
unless it's a flotilla and you need an accuracy.
Yeah,
you need the blue.
And because I was first player, I was able to.
You're just punishing me with everything all the time. I thought I did a reason like my oh yeah, that was the other one as well. My E-wings, I had 16 blue dice to kill your hawk, and I left it on one. It had no defense tokens, regular hawk. And if I hadn't died, I could have had all 5 of them bomb you next turn. But as it was, they couldn't, and your defiance was on 1 health, so that would have made it probably a 6-5 to you.
In one of my games, I activated a whisper, rolled 4 accuracies. Next round, I was like, right, because I was just trying to finish something off that was on like 1 or 2 health. Yeah. Next round, I was like, whisper will do it this time. Whisper, come on, you got this. 4 accuracies again. It's like, Jesus. And he doesn't get swarm rerolls, so...
What are the chances? That's like some really...
There were some bad dice this tournament, and Ben Edgar, who's not here, in his final game, which was to basically finish first, he was on top table, he tried to assassinate Biggs with his entire fighter Alpha Strike, and he rolled 46 blue dice with 3 swarm rerolls and didn't kill Biggs. Like, what? And he just had horrendous dice. But anyway, so that was, I think that was a 3-8 to Ricky, that one. Ooh. Then but it was a lot closer than it seems from the result.
You know, I hear that every game I play with Armada.
It can be very, very close.
10-0
I think especially since Vatilis came in. You can kill half the visible stuff.
Yeah, and
it's still less than 100 points.
Yeah. Then the next game, I was playing against Sam Perkins, who's a good friend of mine. I played a lot of 30k against him, and he's been into Armada recently. And he was taking a Architens list with some fighters. Like we said, he picked Advanced Gunnery. He also tried to Alpha Strike me with his fighters. They were right next to all my flotillas, who just ate them all. No. So I had Torin Far as well. I had Torin Far next to my flotillas, AA'd them, cleared his fighters out, and then he couldn't get his Architens out because he was concentrate firing them like you do. Didn't navigate them, so he couldn't get them out of Defiance's art, and Defiance just killed 1 a turn. That was game over.
What did he pick as an objective?
He picked Advanced Gunnery because he looked at the 2. I
just wanted to double check it was that game.
I mean, to be fair, he looked at sensor net and fire lanes, and then he looked at the VX100s and he went, I don't know what that does, but it sounds really powerful, so I'm going to stay away from those 2. So I'll just pick Advanced Gunnery because it's nasty, but at least I know what it does.
So he had no strategic.
Yeah. He had no strategic. No.
It's a loss for every one of those missions.
Well, that's the whole point of my list. Was if you don't have strategic against me, it's a really hard, tough choice for you to make.
You can't just pure gunline anymore.
We'll come on to strategic, but it's certainly pretty meta defining, I think, potentially at the moment. Even though
just kill all the strategic things, it's fine. Just kill everything, and then worry about how to win a game.
Yeah, it's difficult because there aren't really a set of 3 objectives you can take that make it all relevant.
Yeah,
which is why I got the Advanced Gunnery in there and tried to do it.
The third one with the red one with the rerolls, but that's not as good because most people are running leading shots.
You just have to take that big ship. You're
not getting any point. You're not racking the points up.
No.
Everybody's favourite. My new favourite yellow captures the VIP. Brilliant. So start throwing the VIP round space for strategic. Over there with you.
So the next 3 games were all SensorNet. So I played against James McGovern in the 3rd round. He had some big fighter ball. He was playing Rebels. I can't remember his admiral. I think it might have been Dodonna, actually. Is it Dodonna? Anyway, yeah, I think it was Dodonna on his like luxury cruise liner boat flying around the back, and we just had a big fighter blob in the middle, and I managed to keep. If I got lucky in this one, it was a lot closer than it should have been. I got lucky in this one. Defiant survived on 1 health. I flew through his fighter ball, and I managed to manoeuvre it. So I only clipped one fighter, and I'd put E-wings strategically everywhere, so he couldn't go anywhere that wasn't engaged with an E-wing. So he couldn't bomb me to finish me off. It was like an unbelievably close game. So I won that one an 8-3. Next one, I played Kevin Horseman, who had what I would call like kind of a weird fleet. Initially, I thought this is a bit weird, but actually, it's one of those fleets, and I kind of see this in Armada a lot, and I like it. It was really well assembled, just all the good stuff. So it was an Imperial list. Gerard on his Gazanti cruise liner flying up the side. It's the common theme of the day these days.
Damn it.
He had VSD with flight controllers, a really nasty fighter swarm with some defenders, Jendon to double tap with the defenders, Dengar to intel stuff around. I think he had Maul and Mythal, that kind of thing, and Jonas as well for accuracies with fully tooled up Demolisher. And what was that? What was his fourth ship? Maybe it was another Gazanti. Was it another Gazanti? It was an Architens. Yeah. So he had basically a lot of good stuff, and it was all put together well. And he was a really good player. So yeah, we sensor netted, and he shut my VCXs down really quickly, and I was amazed how quickly he killed my fighters in the fighter game. Just flight controllers, defenders, just so strong.
I came across during the week in a Korean conflict campaign, and it took him completely by surprise.
Just
bam,
awful.
gone.
Yeah, really strong.
Even on stuff like Shara Bay, you're out
with flag controllers, 3 blues, 2 blacks.
3 blues, 2 blacks. Damage output.
They don't get swarm rerolls, do they?
No, they don't. But if you don't have if you don't have defense tokens, the damage output is incredible.
Yeah, your average is like at least an accuracy and 3 damage. Like,
You 2-shot anything,
and a speed 5.
and the whole 6 you can't alpha strike.
You can have your A-wings there going, yeah, we've got this. We always get alpha. Bam!
You ain't got this.
Dead.
You ain't got this. So
maybe I should buy more defenders.
They are pretty They are crazy.
No, they're expensive though, and they're not rogue. And they're YT-2400s, so what? Speed 4.
But you got to remember, if you kill everything, you can then
they're still bombers. You can still bomb people.
Yeah,
the bombs are blue. Bombs on blue.
Does it matter with like?
Yeah, true.
If you've got no more soldiers left to stop you, you go nuts.
Still stacks up the pain, yeah.
So I lost that one 9-2, and Kevin went on to win it, actually, which I think was well-deserved because he was a thoroughly good player. He said I could only mention him on the podcast as well if I didn't call him a twat. So, and actually he was one of the nicest opponents I think I've ever played, actually. He was really chilled out.
It's nice when the good guys
he was chilled out, really chilled out, smart about the rules, even though I was tired and I was like making the odd mistakes or knocking things, we had a few things on arcs as well that were dodgy and things that got knocked, but we were just able to resolve it in mature, clear way. So that was a good. I really enjoyed that game, actually. It was probably my favourite game of the day, actually.
You prefer him to your first opponent, did you?
Oh yeah, well this guy turned up on time. So,
I even got to play him as well on the last game.
But no, well done to Kevin. It's good list, and I definitely learned a lot from that game. Last game I played Mark Manwaring. He had old school kind of Rhyme Ball demo Rhymer Ball, and we played Sensornet. And he thrashed me in terms of like what he killed in my fleet, but I beat him by like 12 Sensornet tokens or something. So I won 6-5.
Jesus,
because he deployed right in the corner and just came at me from the side. So I deployed like to the right of middle on mine, and then he deployed right on my left flank and tried to like put his Rhymer Ball out in front. I gummed him up with E-wings and I killed Dengar, like I alpha killed Dengar. I lost most of my E-wings to. He had like the double demo shot where you do anti-squad from the front, then you jump and then you do it from the back as well. So I lost most of my E-wings, but it held his fireball up for like 2 or 3 turns.
That's what you need to get right.
And then Defiance was left alive with like 2 hull at the end. So if I hadn't held that up and gone for that alpha strike, Defiance would have died. I'd have lost. So that was kind of an odd game, and it showed to me how good the Sensornet thing is if you don't deal with that, if you don't shut that shit down. I think I would have lost. It would have been like probably an 8-3 or a 9-2 to him if I hadn't had the Sensonet tokens. So got that 165 and then ended up 13th place overall, which was top third. And I'm pretty happy with that, given I'd not play tested the list, and it's pretty strong
This is
field.
like you were saying going in. Your objective was to get top half.
The objective was to get
third.
top
Is
half,
fair.
Yeah, I learned a lot from it, and 5 games was hard, but I learned a lot from it. I enjoyed it, had a good time, and I definitely like that list. Now I've got some really good ideas going forward. So for me, it was well worth taking that rather than trying to take some like Y-wing spam or TRCs and 8YT 2400s and saying, well, I know this is a good list and I'm going to win the teenage nail polish dice, but I'm not going to enjoy myself. So I thought I'd rather I enjoyed myself. So yeah, so I was pretty happy with that. And what are you going to say, Matt? What have you got to say?
I was just saying, maybe if you held someone in your hand, you'd appreciate them.
You'd understand that.
I appreciated that him on Thursday when I played Ricky, and all he could roll on them was accuracies and no hits. So I was like, great, you could lock all of my defense tokens, but you don't do any damage.
Because it was a bad play, it was because of blue dice.
Yeah.
All blue dice, they were just rubbish.
So next year, don't get top 8 regionals.
Yeah, sorry.
Why don't you just use your regular dice, maybe?
Because I took them out.
I did the same.
So yeah, that was my day.
So if you couldn't get to a Ricky game in the standings by all these comments about funky dice,
New shiny dice.
Crept
Yeah.
in.
what did you go?
I come 8th.
Ooh,
Yes, just in there. I thought I'd lost it as well.
by less than 60 MOV. As well.
I know, it wasn't even by points. It was I drew with someone.
Paul O'Boyle and Stephen Gage. But Stephen Gage had more.
Oh, 3 of us all with the same
Yeah.
points. Well, but sure, just
Not that Matt's
Great MOV.
got the final standings
No.
on the background of his phone or anything. It's like framed on his wall.
I'm trying to
Above his bed that he looks at before he goes to sleep every
I'm trying to
night.
remember
From
my
Submarine.
opponent's names. That's the key part.
I have to admit, I
You
have
are
to
weak.
apologise. I didn't remember.
Yeah,
the
I'm
names.
bad at remembering.
It's just
I wish I had the
it's just me
notes.
then that had the common decency to ask people's names and remember them then.
I asked
Yeah.
names on the
just
day.
so we're clear. You guys are just out to win, massage your egos.
I think it
Some of us are here to
I think
have
it
fun and meet people and play games.
comes with old age.
Yeah.
As youngins can't take the time to learn names.
Note taking something. That needs to,
It's
I need to improve
it's
on.
interesting the difference between where he won a regional last year and the comments he made after that, and the comments he makes this year after, shall we say, not winning a regional.
That's what I say. I've got nothing to prove.
Or winning
Nothing
some
to
shiny
prove.
dice.
Anyway, so Ricky, what was your objective? Where did you want to come?
I want to come top 8.
Top half, top 8.
Top 8 was what I was in.
That's a bold objective.
It was.
How
and
did that go for you?
I
Ricky?
got top 8.
Cool, Ricky's done.
I won't go over the first game because there's no point repeating
Yeah.
how it went with Chris.
Yeah.
But I went with the similar list that I went with on the summer tournament with probably a few changes, just being that I saw how good strategic was. So it was a no-brainer, chucking a couple of the VC. It's not VCXs. That's
It is, yeah.
Is it VCX?
BCX 100s.
Chucked in 2 of those, and I chucked in the named bomber from the Korean conflict. I forget her
Love it.
name. She is good though.
Is it Nora Wexley?
It is Nora Wexley. Yeah.
So flying a Y-wing here. I like X-wing. She's flying an R.
Sorry, what's the list?
So I went with 1 MC80 with Defiance. I took Yavaris with the standard
You've already laid out.
yes. 2 Hawks, 3 Skirks, a Nora, 2 VCXs, and I think that was it really for the squadrons. I didn't have any kind of defending.
You had 2 Hawks, didn't you?
Yeah, 2 Hawks. So I just pure
To
bombers
make sure you
basically.
could.
That bomber combination is so lethal because I shut you down as best I could, but I think you had 1 turn with 2 of them.
Yeah,
2 of them shot
twice,
ammunition twice, so 4 shots,
and it did.
and
quite
basically
a
got
lot.
me down to like 2 damage left, and most of my tokens all gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And with the missions
Crazy.
as well, I went similar to you. I took.
Because when one volleys, you can get
You lose
3
shields,
damage.
you lose the
Yeah.
shields, yeah.
She just strips you down, and you can't redirect.
For people who are listening, Nora Wexley is a named Y-wing, and her ability is any friendly bombers at range 1
Yeah, get to remove the shield.
gain the ability as a crit effect, remove a shield. So due to time window, if you roll a crit, you get to remove a shield, and then you apply that crit as damage anyway.
Yeah.
You do.
So you
Yeah.
basically
+1 damage.
Yeah, so every crit you roll is +1 damage.
And that's amazing against the shields because your normal crit effect does nothing against the shields.
So you get to do that twice as well with your virus, or 3 times. It's just you strip their shields, they're redirecting what they can. They have no shields
6
left
times
after.
if you have a squadron token on your virus.
Yes. So it's quite a good combo, and it worked really well. Missions-wise,
So much
Advanced Gunnery, same reason as Chris, Defiance, and you just don't pick Advanced Gunnery.
No one picks that.
No one picked it, surprisingly, on the whole tournament.
Sensible. Listen in, Sam.
Fleet Ambush was the other one,
Gosh.
because I knew I'd probably win that as well.
Fleet Ambush.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not sure
Sentinel.
about that. But...
I
Did
think
anyone pick it?
no one picked it.
No, it doesn't matter then.
And since I went first 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to go.
With no bid.
With one
With
bid.
1 point.
With 1 bid, yeah.
Yeah, the bids are weird. I don't think I bet anyone who bid more than 4. I won
You
every.
basically either go nothing or big these days.
I won every bid by at least 14.
What was your bid?
Like 16.
Jesus.
It's just something you even need. The problem with our group is we do try to outbid each other, and we're
Yeah.
just going further and further
I
back.
just got fed up with it. All my lists recently have just been 400 because I got fed up with trying
There were regionals because I was checking a little, people were talking and stuff, and like there was like 3 or 4 guys running like bids of 14 to 16, but it was me and the guys who run Demolisher. But we'll come to that.
Yeah,
later.
I think my second game was against someone that had a high bid. I do not know their names. I think you played them as well because it had 2 Demolisher. Oh, not 2 Gladiators, 3 Transports, Gazantes,
Yep.
and a load of Squadrons. And it was defending.
He had the regionals, those.
Yeah, he'd been to
I
2
can't remember
regionals
his name.
already.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
came 6 in nationals or something. I remember.
Did he? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fair.
He picked Censornet, but I don't think he read it properly from when we started because he'd never played that one either before.
I've never read it properly.
And it is a bit of a shock to say that they were staying in play.
Oh, right.
Now, he wrecked me. He actually destroyed me.
Was
But
that-
I
was
won
that-
6-5.
Yeah,
because-
exactly. This is my last game because Censornet, you just get so many points. So many
I
points.
had so many.
When he played against me, he chose Planetary Ion Cannon, and he had more strategic. Alfred, my strategic, moved all the tokens away.
I made a mistake. I would have won bigger. I'd not played Censornet either, and I
Right.
keep putting him in the wrong place, literally in front of him. I don't know why I did it.
Because it's when you activate, you claim the tokens.
Yeah, if you're within 1. So Censornet is if you're when you activate, if you're within 1 distance 1 of 1 or more tokens, you nominate 1 token. You get a victory token for that, so you get 15 points. You then nominate 1. I think it's you nominate 1 that you've claimed effectively, and your opponent gets to move it up to 4 if they're first player, or up to 2 if they're second player. So 4's like too far, but second you can just grab it back with a strategic. And there's often, if you put your ships right and you get one in the middle, like the number of times I had one and the guy was playing was just like, right, well I literally can't move that anywhere, that you can't get it, you're not going to just move back onto it, or another one of your ships isn't going to get it again this turn.
No.
You-
Because I was trying to claim them all. I wanted everything, and that
yeah.
was a mistake. I should have just put his.
You've got to
2.
let one go. Yeah,
I should have just took 2 of them. I put them
let
behind
go.
him. And
Yeah,
let him go.
definitely. Yeah.
And that cost me a lot. And I'm a terrible person at not firing my anti-squadron. I always forget. I always do.
the amount of kills I get off a rebel transport just because people forget, and especially when you spread that. I mean, that's how I'm killing defenders at the moment. It's just like, there you go.
You can
There's
do
one
lots of
back,
damage with flotillas for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Is
But
it
it was-
just the flotillas you're forgetting, or is
No,
it...
you've
Everything.
I
Everything.
reminded you in our game. You absolutely hosed
Because your
my
virus
E-wings
has got
out of the
crazy.
side of the
Moves, yeah.
Defiance just like hosed my E-wings.
There was a time, I think, I think it was on the next game as well. And I literally fired 3 red at someone at long range from Yavaris, and there were so many bombers or not bombers, but so many of their
and
squadrons.
they just evaded you or something.
Yeah, I could have just got 2 shots on so many of theirs. A silly mistake. That was a mistake I was making throughout the day with the anti-squadrons.
So many
But
mistakes you came.
I made 200 points on Sentinel.
Dirty list.
Yeah, don't you?
195, I think it was. That was a great amount of points. I think
So step 1 pick your virus, step 2 win.
There is no step 3.
No, step 1 is pick admonition.
I'll get
Spoilers.
I'll get onto that.
Step 2 get salty.
Yeah.
you didn't beat my Yavaris that other time. Either.
No, there we go.
I just know the first step is don't choose interdict it.
But you're still going to.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. So that was your third game?
Second game, that was.
Second? Okay.
Third game was against Rebels, I believe, and it was. I think it was a couple of MC30s and an MC18, just 3 VCXs, if I remember right.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
They've got a lot of hole, but they're heavy, so they can't pin.
I thought this was going to be easy, so again I picked fire lanes. And I nicked those tokens straight away back, because I did my trick, I managed to get them twice back. I couldn't get one of them, so that was it. He had those from the beginning, and he just keep bouncing them from one to another. They were literally on the back line the whole time. I couldn't touch the 2 of them. So I had one. He was just getting 2 points off me. 2 points, 2 points. So
fire lanes.
Yeah.
So you didn't,
How come you didn't get both? How come you didn't get both?
I think he had more strategic.
He spread them out.
Yeah.
But just spreading them out, I couldn't
So
see them.
you didn't even engage in that game. It was just 6 rounds of who's got. You get.
Oh no! I went and smashed his fleet. I completely.
Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. I want to hear more about that.
But what was he getting fire lanes with? What, he had transport?
He just had those 3 VCXs, and he just had the transports relaying them.
But what did he have in gunnery range for the fire lanes tokens?
I think it was a transport with a gun.
Oh, right.
And he
wow.
just, yeah.
Oh, Ricky, that's
I know.
The combat refit with 1 dice.
Yeah.
that's embarrassing.
My brain's fried. It was
The combat
fried for
refit is
the day,
basically a guy with like a sniper rifle hanging out the window. Like,
I won. He couldn't get 1 token because it was just out of arc of the side because there's no gun.
None on the back. Yeah.
So that was I destroyed his fleet in the end, and I won quite high on that. I think it might have even been 10.
Yeah.
My 4th game, I can't honestly remember. It was getting so tough at that point. What did I go against? I'm gonna just say I won another game after that.
Were you high? Were you above me at that point? I can't remember where you were. No, you guys were behind. Matt and Ben were behind me. You must have been a couple of tables down. I think.
What do your notes say?
My I'm going to apologise to whoever I played on the 4th game because I honestly I can't remember.
What did they even have? What
I can't remember.
Rebels Imperials. What game were you playing? What system? Do you know that? Do you remember that?
Accidentally played Destiny for a round. That was it.
I must have been asleep for a round because honestly I cannot remember that.
And you're tuned into Comms Noise, the Star Wars Armada podcast.
Well, we can't remember who we played. I do remember the last game though.
Go on, tell us about the
last game. I know. I apologise.
Dismal performance, Ricky.
I played the one, Kevin, the one that went on to win.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
So, the last game.
On the last game.
And
nice.
I guess you didn't win on that one then.
I didn't win that one, no, unfortunately. I've played so badly, and he played great. It wasn't. It wasn't that. It was just I didn't play well. I wanted to go big. I did major mistakes that I rushed in.
So off on the way, I find games go wrong for me is when you try and go all in.
Yeah, that's what Ben was saying on his last game.
If you find yourself going all in and killing everything, happy days. But yeah,
it didn't work out well.
Well play.
The thing I thought about Kevin's list, I'll come back to the point, is like often you get a high concept list, you get a conceptual list, which is like what mine was. But his very much was like it almost like he played it and refined it and played it, refined it and refined it and refined it until it had all the pieces that he needed to do almost everything for every situation. Like a really well. But it's not this you just go right. I'll have all of that in. It was like it had clearly been like play tested and built up.
There were like multiple win conditions for it.
Well, he just had all the pieces against me. Everything I did, he had something to counter me. He just seemed to have all the pieces. A really well balanced list. I don't know what you thought about it, Ricky. I thought it was a really good list.
I thought it was a really good list as well. Yeah. I managed to kill his victory, but it cost me heavily. And his it was a demolisher, wasn't it as well?
He had the demolisher,
tooled out one,
demolisher, and he had the victory had 2 ECMs and flight controllers on it, and that was it. Yeah,
could not even stop that at all. But I couldn't even remember the point. If there was 1 dice that didn't need to do damage, the intel, one of my hawks.
Yeah.
If he had missed, I would have been able to Yavaris the VSD a round earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bombers would have survived, possibly. I might have still lost, or I may have lost not as big, but rushing in, I could have just sat in the corner, I could have been second player. I may have been smashed as well, being as he had Gladiator.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things I thought about that.
He had first player against me. He won the toin cost, and he had that Gladiator absolutely massacred admonition. Like it came in and it stopped me from even moving past. So it came in. I waited for admonition so that I could get him. He managed to get it with the Gerald and the engine techs right in my front arc. I couldn't even get over it because he parked it at such a distance. So I had to bump him, and then he just went first next turn, double arc me, and then fucked off. He played it really well. There's nothing you could do to stop that demo. Nothing you could do.
So it was a good last game. I lost 8-3, and many things I know I did wrong, but he played it super well. Can't fault him on that, and he deserved the win.
A worthy winner,
Deserved
even though they
it.
didn't play the last.
But to be fair, I think everyone would have flipped.
I think fair enough. Like they're in the same car. They played each other a lot. And
they didn't want to.
They both appreciate it.
They got 3 hours to get home. They're not gonna...
So 1 and 2, the guys it was supposed to go into a top 2 cut, but they ended up just flipping a coin
Because it was like 10:30 by that point.
It was 10:30.
Yeah.
It was like we started at 9:30, so it was 13 hours.
Yeah.
It's glorious 13
And
hours.
if they played,
Fun and frolicking.
if they played
It was
another
good
game,
13 hours.
if they'd have played another game and that had gone to time,
3 hours long.
Because do you get 3 hours for
You
the
do.
last the cut?
you get even more.
You get an
time.
extension in the cut.
God,
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the guy that had to stay behind and look
I
up.
bet they were really happy that they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't encourage them, but when they said, "Oh no, mate, we're flipping a coin," nobody said, "No, sorry, you have to play this properly." They just went, "How are you? Okay then."
Are we going to get them in trouble with that now?
Okay, thanks, bye.
I mean, they did play. They did play their cut until
if
3 in the
FFG have
morning.
got a problem, they should see that as feedback for their tournament setting isn't suitable for the European market. As much as they want to make it, you want to make Europe the same as America.
maybe they do have to restrict it.
You just can't do it.
If they just said 32 players.
You can do it at a convention. If you run a regionals at a convention, it's fine because people are there, they're staying. But you run it at Cardiff Nationals, where the people who've come the furthest have come 2.5 hours drive. Most people have come 20 minutes or an hour's drive. People just, it's just no,
Yeah, it's
not
a
right.
lot.
Yeah, it's too much.
Or maybe we're just old.
Yeah, clearly.
That's the youngins.
It did destroy me the next day. That whole week.
3 more games on the day.
My back after on the Sunday just stood up for the 5 games.
Yeah, my back was killing me. My back was absolutely.
How do you lean over the table?
Well, our games did go to timeout. We didn't just get tabled in by turn 3. So. We didn't just get interdictor shot off the table and then lose.
I never lost the interdictor all day, and all my games went six rounds. Yeah, and
How did you not lose interdictor? You just say spam engineering.
And no, I wasn't spamming engineer. I mean, it keeps it range.
Oh, fair.
It keeps it range. If you haven't dented it,
Are you going
I guess I suppose the way I play
my
my current fun list. Well, I say list that I find fun. Like you kind of end up closing quite fast anyway, so the engaging at range thing is a bit weird for me.
yeah, it engages at range. And the Arctens, I lost the Arctens, and
They're weird. The Arctens. They're not quite as squishy as I want them to be as a predominantly rebel player. But they also pop.
They
if you get them in close
They
range,
hurt
you
a
can
lot.
get them.
They done some serious damage to me in various casual games.
yeah, no, they're once they roll the reds with Vader, slave turrets, and concentrate fire order.
Yeah, that's the one.
You can spit out a lot of damage, particularly like Jonas. Jonas with money all day, like being like, "Oh, you've got a flotilla, have you?"
I think Jonas and Vader together.
Yeah. They are my only problem with them is their
What do you think of like taking
maneuverability.
like maybe 4 of them, like just like some flotillas as a basic fight cover,
Yeah,
and then just spam them.
That is my next thing.
I'm seeing a lot of people have take 2, which is either
I
they
think
bought
it's
2 or
enough.
they bought one and borrowed 1. I think it's enough. I don't know. Like you can always.
you could
The,
you could spam like 5 or 6.
I think you can have 6 plus Vader.
That would be
Your
disgusting.
fighter cover is awful. And you're going to
Oh
get
yeah, you have
rinsed out
hardly
by
any
violence,
fighter cover. But then what does that matter
Red
if you're
dice.
rolling 20 rerollable red? Well, no, what is it? It's 3 plus slave turrets plus concentrate fire 5. So you're rolling 30 rerollable red dice.
You try and get them to pick
Per turn.
opening salvo.
And that's assuming you only got one. That's assuming you've only got you only have the one arc. With
You might lose
turrets, but
1, so you're still doing 25.
Because they can
It's a lot of dice.
It's a lot.
They're 2 clicks at speed 1 and 2 clicks, aren't they? So you can
They're 2 clicks at
Yeah,
whatever their last
they're
draw is.
always nothing and 2 clicks on the end.
So you can swing that up pretty well. Like it's got quite a broad line. It's over there now.
Yeah,
Okay,
because they were the ones.
so you can't really get behind it too easily.
That's what Jared came with. So I guess look, they always
And let's be
design
fair,
stuff.
they got the good end of the stick with Wave 5.
Yeah, they needed it after wave 4.
We don't like Phoenix Home. Let's put that way. I don't like Phoenix Home.
I love Phoenix Home. It's so easy to take out. Like,
You love it on the other side of
you
the
see it on the
table.
table, you're like, right, cool, that's going down.
Right.
I'll ignore that till like turn 5, and then I'll kill it.
With spitting on it.
Speaking of killing stuff.
Yeah, Kirk, do you want to get on with it?
So yeah, I was hoping.
have your humble brag and then.
I didn't do that well.
And then we
Like,
can all go home.
I wanted to like I've been experimenting with different lists and trying out a little bit of fighters here and there. And the bit of the game that I like is the manoeuvre. So the thing that I like playing a lot of is the TRC Corvette, which is just a Corvette A. So it's got 2 vidals at the front, 1 out the sides. Turbo laser reboot circuit, so I can use an evade token to turn that die to a double hit or a crit. Well, you can do it to a single hit as well if you want, but that would make no sense. Just because, if you get your positioning right, your dice can't fail you. Yeah, in theory, which is nice because then I'm playing. My game plan's not going to be scuppered by an awful dice roll. It can still be made better by a brilliant one, meaning I don't have to spend my tokens. That's by the by. Okay, so I won't go to my objectives because they never came into play because I had a 16-point initiative bid.
So you were first on every round.
I went first every single game. I don't know anybody who had a bigger initiative bid than me on the day.
Was it 17?
16. So I had 3 Corvettes with Turbo Laser Reboot Circuit, one of which carrying General Kraken. Is great. If you're going to speed 3 or higher, you go structured. The amount of times I'd be like, oh great, so I can survive this. I'll just duck behind this rock, get cover. And they can't. And I've got cover anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'll just give them
matters
cover.
Not.
Yeah. So he was on one of the Corvettes, which is usually the one that was like going the fastest on the furthest flank, drawing the most fire. And I had an MC-30 torpedo frigate with all the bits and pieces, so as ammunition and Lando and the rest, but not the new blast doors thing that I've seen. I'll go into that a bit in a minute. Though.
The old school ammunition.
Yeah. The H9 Turbo Laser is just a really wreck flotillas. And the amount of flotilla killed.
It's such a killer.
You should have lost. You've told out an MC-30. But a Yavaris strike would just wipe him out. It doesn't matter how many.
Well, if you listen to my round one game about how it wrecked your Yavaris,
you're going to make a reroll on 2 dice of a bomber with Lando.
So I also had the transports with Bright Hope and Slicer tools, fighter wing. So using fighters to try and keep the dreaded rivals and Yavaris shenanigans off me. I had Shara Bay because she refuses to die and people refuse to attack her. Tycho because I can always get him out to pin when I need to pin. Corin Hall because Corin Hall's the best Star Wars character ever, and I play him in everything.
You were running.
He's barely.
I was, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And he's a speed.
Like one book.
He's in like 15 books.
Loads of random books that nobody's read.
He's got.
Probably not
He loves
anymore,
him.
is it?
He dressed up as.
He's not in any of the films. He's
That's right. We should all mock me for having niche hobbies.
No. But I'm just saying, isn't he your hit Star Wars hero?
He is my Star Wars hero.
Yeah.
You've got a poster of him in your room.
There isn't one of him. He's that obscure. He's like a hipster Star Wars guy now. I had a generic YT-2400 and a generic because it's Rogue, and I had a Lancer class pursuit craft, which is the new one. It's also Rogue and a bomber. So it's kind of like a flip on the YT-2400. So I had three Rogues.
Why did you not go for two 400s just to try the Lancer out?
One, I don't own them.
You could have asked.
Yeah, for sure. But also, once you had Lancer,
just try it out.
Yeah. So basically, if I can do, if they, so that I've only got 2 of the things that aren't Rogue, they can be run by the Slice Tools transport. It's going to speed 3 to Slice Tools stuff up. So it kind of does them as it goes in, and after a few rounds, they're probably dead anyway. So that's fine. I've got 3 Rogues. They can just break off and start bombing stuff. So having one with bomber.
Chase the flotilla to its doom or something.
Or just, you sometimes try to sneak away, just here's 3 more hits as you go every 10th round. So, it's quite a good fun list, a manoeuvrous list and a high speed list, which I really like. So, round 1, I played, I think it was Andrew Christian. Yeah, Andrew Christian, who he had shiny dice from last year, shiny dice from this year. I was thinking, great. So I have a nice, easy first round. No, not at all. And he was running Recon, Yavaris, because reasons. Luke Skywalker, Witch Antilles,
that's an old school read.
Nora Wexley, a couple of B-Wings, and Jan Oars and the Hawk. And he also had he had a Liberty style MC-80, and he had 2 transports running Bomber Command. And so he had this big wedge of stuff, and it all moves together and tries to kill your stuff. So I picked High Place Assault, because thinking, okay, great, Yavaris going to come behind, it's going to wreck something, but then he's dispersed. He's also down activations first term.
Yeah.
Partly used against me quite nicely by Rookie, so I thought I'd try against him. So I tried to kind of block off the area behind ammunition. I didn't quite manage it, so Yavaris managed to go in. So basically, the way the Mariner Strikes works is you get your fightable and your transport, run up the centre, slice stuff, draw fire, pin all their bombers so they can't kill your fun stuff. You get two the flagship TRC, and the other TRC flank one way, and the MC-30, and the other TRC flank the other side. You kind of pinch them out, and you kill absolutely everything. Or you kill some stuff and run away at high speed. So the Kraken pulling damage off you, and stopping flotillas ever been able to hurt you, except that one time they killed the flagship. So yes, Yavaris jumps in behind ammunition, with its 3 B-wing or 2 B-wings, a bomber, and Shara. At which point I start doing the ammunition thing, I see you've rolled a hitting a crit off your bomber there,
Yeah.
which
Give it
would
that.
which would be 3 damage with the Shaman's crit. So yeah, kill that off. So in the end, I took 1 whole damage off Luke, and I lost 7 shields, but still in the fight. Yeah, going at speed 4. So I got away with that, and then next turn, managed to land it between both of the flotillas as a TRC Corvette just by itself. I kind of like double arcing out of its back.
How come he
Killed
didn't just
Uranus.
chase you with the bombers to finish you off then?
So I killed Jan. This is the key. So
Right.
this is the biggest mess up I did. I came in, killed Jan, going, yeah, great, now
So
you
you
guys are
had one
engaged.
intel.
And then I forgot Recon means that it lives. You only had the 1 intel.
Can't afford to do that anymore.
So yeah, I took one round of Uraris hammering, and then L squadron pinned up on my stuff. So yeah, he's going to win the fighting game anyway. But they were pinned enough to let my ships kill everything.
And you killed Jan by sniping.
No, I just jumped in with
Where was
like
his
everything.
escort?
It was like, bam, kill it.
Where was
Yeah, where was Luke and Wedge?
They were at the back. They didn't hyperspace in. They were coming at the front. They were kind of waiting for me to go into it with the swarm.
Right.
That sounds like a bit of a risky play by him then to,
Well, you got your
to
Uraris.
hyperspace Jan in without escort.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Very risky.
using Recon for it, and I think he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't see quite the threat my squadrons had.
Probably thought
Again, it's a small amount of fighters that they got a little bit of seconds to them. But so yeah, I think it was round 3. I killed both flotillas, 1 out of each side arc. 2 of TRCs were at this point double arc in the MC30. It was only speed 1, so it was just getting like 2 TRCs every turn.
Getting hammered.
And the other TRC just out of its, like double arcing out of its back killed Uvaris in 2 turns by itself. But he played it very well, and I felt a little bit bad, but it was a 10-0 in the end. Because I killed everything and I lost some fighters. Round 2, what's the name of the guy? This is the guy whose name I actually genuinely forgot. He had a repainted fleet, very similar. He had Uvaris, Recon, an MC-80 Liberty style cruiser, 2 flotillas, and I don't know if he didn't have Uvaris. He had a Pelter instead of Uvaris. So take the last list, swap out Uvaris for a Pelter. But it was the one with the black dice. It wasn't the Squadron one. It had like Squadron Command 1, and
Cheap one.
yeah, he had Skirgs and B-wings and 10 num and stuff. So I engaged very occasionally, like 1 A on the
How
right
did that
flank.
perform as well? Because I really would love to use 10 num, but I don't.
It was cool, but because I was running only 5 fighters and one of them had
Doesn't
snipe, I was able to have them so dispersed.
Yeah.
Never got anything done.
Denim sounds amazing.
It does, but I don't
I
know.
almost ran him just to deal with Ben's fighter spam.
Compared to like Mola or
I don't know.
If you
I think
if
you've
you
got
make-
you've got to have reroll on him. To make it, it's like
Yeah.
which
you
you can
talk
get with
about-
Torn
you can, but then you're really close. You got to stay close to Torrent Far.
True.
You can't go out.
I guess
there
it's
with
not as effective.
it. But it's just like Nim. Nim was rubbish until he got rerolls.
But this game we played Most Wanted, so I put it on. I picked it. So I was thinking, okay, right, you've only got 2 ships that can use Most Wanted, and I made sure he was aware of the errata saying that his squadrons don't get it.
Yeah.
So he put it on one of my Corvettes that wasn't. I think so. Anyway, the left flank was a bit close to the border edge. So he turned all his gunships to face them, try and pin them, which didn't work to have mischief. So the flagship with Crockench came in, range 1, double arc on the front of the Liberty, and just hooned off a load of his shields. Meanwhile, the MC-40 at speed 4, MC-40? MC-30. The MC-30 that was going speed 4 again. Turn 2, killed both flotillas, and then it and its slicer tools just chased Liberty. So it couldn't regen, it couldn't nav. The Pelter died to inconsequential like TRC fire. He did kill the most wanted one. He almost got away, but he just it's most wanted, and he just killed it. But that was 10-0 as well. He killed a few of my squadrons as well.
10 nils all around.
10 ones.
10
Come
ones.
on.
10 ones, boys.
Get the scoring right.
Yeah, sorry, 10 ones. Round 3, I played Chris Green. He was playing with his Rhymeable, Demolisher, VSD, 2 flotillas with Jedgerod. And I thought, okay, right, Rhymeable's the last one I want to see. But hopefully my squadrons keep it off me long enough. So basically, this is the one I got. This is the one I got a bit salty in. I did apologise to the guy at the time because we timed out end of round 4. Fair play to him. Like I was giving him some very tricky choices to make. We played unarmed station,
Yeah.
so I've got to kill them both to get any points. So I've got to kill one to make it even.
40. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of turn 4, I managed to he had some awful bomber dice.
Did he put them together or split them up?
Put them together.
Yeah.
So he had some awful bomber dice in his defence. But I'd lost both 2 corvettes. I'd taken so much damage, like lost over half my fleet by the end of round 4. But I got through the Rhymeable. It couldn't do much to hurt me anymore. I killed 1 station, and I had double arc. So my MC-30 had a close range shot at one side onto Jedger or Gazanti, and I had a close range shot at the other side to kill the last station. So I'd have had like a 130 point swing. I mean, you might have killed a Corvette, still last Corvette, give 50 points back. but I lost that one 7-4. But in theory, I could have won it 7-4. So I was a little bit salty. I apologise to my opponent for that. Because he played it very well, and his dice, he could have been salty about the dice as well. But it was a bit gutting when going in against Rumble, you're going to take a lot of pain, and you're going to get your points turn 5 to 6.
Game, yeah.
So when I didn't get, he did offer to give me the 80-point swing for the station because it was obvious it would have got annihilated. But we'll play by the rules as we were told at the start of the day.
Yeah,
fair enough. But no, good game. Then round 4, ended up playing against Benedka and hit another Rhymer Ball. So I got beaten by Rhymer Ball 7-4. So into another Rhymer Ball. This one, I won't dwell on it too long, but I thought this was a great play. I managed to draw his Rhymer Ball out to hit one of my Corvettes. Lost 2 shields off the front, took 2 hull damage, but I let that happen on purpose because I kept my tokens. And the next turn, I landed it, taking initiative, onto the station, repairing one of the hull damage and obscuring that, one of the shieldless hull zone.
Right.
So I made him have to use his entire turns bombing again on the same Corvette to get the kill. So I drew 2 turns of, because he had such an alpha off his fighters, my fighters weren't doing much. So I took 2 turns of Rhymer Ball to kill 1 Corvette. I got the rest back around the side. Again, trying to kill flotillas, and I managed to get both flotillas. Killed a number of squadrons.
You put the shield. You put the side with no shields. You hit it so you can get.
So it's obstructed shots. Yeah. So effectively no damage came out the first turn.
So we had to kill the.
You had to go for another shield zone
where the shield's down on a different zone.
Exactly. But the trouble was this Rhymer Ball. I got through it. Didn't have quite enough firepower left. I got a couple of inopportune crits off of debris that I had to take to get the position right.
Yeah.
But killed. He got away with it, and he won it 9-2. It was a hard fought 9-2. I had 1 Corvette running for 2 turns.
Yeah, I came in at the end because I was the table behind you, so that game. I came in at the end after I finished my game and was just watching men chase that Corvette.
Yeah.
You were desperately trying to get you're not in that arc, and you know what? You were both, and I was thinking, guys, this is clearly over. Don't worry about it. Fighting to the bitter end.
It survives on 1 whole point. But no, it was a good game. But then I had the best game of the day, which was round 5 against Nigel Gray, the guy I talked about earlier. And he was running Kraken as well. So I got Kraken, 3 TRCs, an MC30, and a flotilla. He had Kraken, 2 TRCs, an MC30, and a flotilla, but also a pelter. He had a load of A-Wings, and I think 2 VCXs. So we had very similar lists, and we were joking around, laughing. It was great. Really, really, really friendly guy. Talking about how Kraken, TRC Kraken versus TRC Kraken, no one's going to get a shot. Okay, so deployment-wise, we chose Capture the VIP, which I don't know if you're familiar with.
Yeah,
it's a token they play down.
I played it.
Okay, cool. So it's a really cool. Anyone's listening,
it's really thematic. It's cool.
Basically,
I'm not sure about competitively.
If anyone's listening, there's a token and it can get picked up by a ship activation at range 1 of it. I'll praise you the card. A ship activation at range 1 of it can pick it up. It's then on that ship. If that ship dies, the player that kills the ship places it at range 1 of that ship.
Yeah.
So if they have all the information, they can just pick it up again next go.
Yeah.
But so basically, it's quite cool because he put VCX out, threw it back into his rebel transport. That was, I think it was Bright Hope probably. That was carrying his jet general as well, just speeding up at speed 3. So my MC30s goes, okay, cool.
I love that.
So it's kind of set up a 4-turn course at turn at speed 4. But it was really cool because we're both going so far. So basically, he had 1 Corvette on 1 flank, and his MC30 on the other. I put all 3 of my Corvettes against his Corvette, and my MC30 against one of his Corvettes and an MC30. So, start of round 2, I shot one of his Corvettes at short range with my MC30 because that's how fast these lists were going. It was incredible.
Yeah.
We had almost touching end of round 1.
Nice.
Got away a little bit, so I had to throw Tycho across to put in the last killer and killed it. Didn't get much on his MC30 then. Swooped round turn 4, got the VIP back because the VIPs were 50 points. But I think it was round 3, my 3 TRC Corvettes killed his 1 TRC Corvette, and then he just kind of swung round, killed the pelter. Other bits. But the interesting point was his MC30 had blast doors, so I had current chasing it, not realizing I had blast doors. And so I couldn't kill this thing full time. No, it was just I pumped so much fire into it.
Blast doors are so good on those things, I think.
But completely. But it was a really good fun game. Really, really friendly player. Kraken can't hit Kraken, but. We had 8 ships going speed 4 at one point. It was absolutely ridiculous.
With your 16-point bid, can't you put a 2-point Jaina's Light title?
I took Jaina's Light off.
Oh.
And because the way I've been playing recently, and when I was playing Squadronless TRC with Maydeen and the Liberty, there was 100% correlation over 2 tournaments and like number of casual games between me winning the bid and me winning games. So every time I won the bid, I won the game. Every time I lost the bid, I lost the game.
Right.
So this time I was like, no, okay, right. I set my limit as like I'm not hitting 15. It's got to be at least 16.
Right.
So I lost Janus Light to that, but there was I think there was at least 2 or 3 players there who placed fairly highly, running 15-point bid demolishers.
Right.
Now Demolisher doesn't need it as much, but nevertheless, you'd lose the initiative on it. So tricky. But it was a good play, and I won that one 9-2, which was just enough. It turns out to throw me up into 5th place. So just one shy of the shiny ruler, but no, I'm very pleased to come that high because I was hoping to get top 3rd. So getting the top 8, I was very, very, very happy with.
Yeah,
it's good list, cracking TRCs.
It's funny.
I used to run TRCs for ages, but got bored of the auto wins. So
you also win.
No, I do. It's good. You're going to see a lot of it at tournaments and stuff. But I used to play it without going second, so going first with that MC30 as well that you've added in. It definitely makes it really good at getting the bigger wins.
It's the most fun game, the most fun list that I've played because I'm trying to have a more rounded list that can snipe some out and get away. So the trouble is, the 2 lists where I would have tried that were against Rhymer Balls and a speed 4 with range 2. You can't avoid it.
What could you have done? What can you do to make that list better against Rhymer Ball though?
I think better fighter cover, but you've got to sacrifice somewhere.
You can't have all your stuff and a great bid and better fighter.
Exactly. I think. If you drop the exact, that's the great part about list building in the game.
Yeah, you got
about like the guy that won it. Like it's clearly a taped up list. I think I'd probably drop the Lancer, put in a YT2400 as well. Just survive a little bit longer, a little bit better anti-fighter.
Lose a point off your bid,
but also play better. I mean, I'd only been playing with fighters for the 2 weeks beforehand. Like after a year break of using it, and used fighters for like a year. So there was a couple of times like I misplayed the fighters. I was getting the hang of it over the course of the day, but. He showed a lot in the first game where it's like, kill Jan. It's like, I got Recon, so no, you don't pin anyone. Yeah. Oh, great, so I'm going to lose my MC30. But no, because ammunition is amazing. I think ammunition got about 75% of my kills.
So good.
Ammunition, the MC30 is so much fun. And I missed, because I didn't have anything like close range killy in this list. It's like setting up that close range shot and then getting the double up and then taking something down. You're like, so satisfying.
Well, I ran an MC30 when I first got it and absolutely hated it. So I tried it as a basic and I absolutely hated it. It just kept going.
That depends where the meta is at the point, though, doesn't it? Because
and I should note, I had an MC30 in my list and I went second every day and it was not nearly so much fun. Yeah. I just tried all the time to get it out of arcs, try and escape it. It was always like on the edge, even though it was ammunition. Didn't have Lando on it, which I should have done, but it's dicey. It is really dicey.
Yeah, because it's not Demolisher.
If you're second, because it's not Demolisher, it doesn't have the...
And it doesn't have a brace.
Exactly. No brace.
I thought Foresight with Kraken was incredible, because even someone trying to engage me long range, it's like, okay, right, so you've lost, so say you get, like, I'm just saying you get 4 lights at long range, maybe you're an arc or something. You lose 1 to Kraken, you're down to 3. You lose 1 off me using an evade, down to 2, and you lose 1 off of me burning that evade token to take it down. So you've lost a random 1. I've taken off your best 2 dice.
How are you using 2 dice?
So I've got 4 ammunition. So you use the evade to kill 1, and then burn that evade with ammunition.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden they've lost 3 out of their 4 attack dice.
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
And against bombers, you got a big hit.
That's one of the things though. When I remember when that came out, everybody thought Foresight was the one, but Ammunition Foresight has not stood the test.
If you've got Mothma,
it's still good.
If you've got Mothma, Foresight's brilliant.
Yeah, I really rate that. Foresight list.
Foresight's still really good. Ammunition is just better.
Yeah,
the
Mon Mothma list that I faced with 2 MC30s. Should have a go with that because that probably stands better to round balls.
Yeah, that's how you.
It's the Corvettes that hate the round ball.
And the rogues, the YT2400s, they can sort of jump in there.
I mean, with all kind of games, I'm all about. You can only play so well. At a certain point, you have to hope your opponent messes up. Obviously, try and play better than them, but I'll be honest, I'm not the best gamer that I know.
There are some match-up dependencies, I think, in Armada as well, and I guess that's an argument for having more games in the day.
It's like my opponent in third round was saying.
Playing the game is judging the meta, though, isn't it?
People care to
it is, but you can't. The thing with Armada, I think, especially at the moment, is it's very open. There's lots of stuff there. Yeah, there's the Recon and there's the Rhymer Ball, but there's TRC Corvettes.
True.
Yeah. The list that won it was like had just Demolisher and none of those things really. There's a lot of stuff. You cannot prepare for all that meta. It's not like Paul Heaver winning the Worlds because he played something that beats hand dash or whatever it was because 65% of lists were hand dash. You just can't do that in Armada.
No. Americans have been much more polarised. Apart from when we had that awful U-boat goat thing in the UK for. But let's not get into too much.
What I mean with judging the meta at the moment is you need to have something that can reliably shoot flotillas.
You do, but you need to have something that can also deal with strategic. Something that can deal with recon and intel. Something that cannot get bombed out by recon bombers or rivalable.
My main pain on recon is just like beat them so badly it doesn't matter. They don't have to die properly for me to win. That's what you got really. There's always that awkward end of the time. It's like I'm just like hugging myself and shivering as what they've been doing to me. Can you please remove the ships I've killed? Please.
Oh dear.
You get opponents come over like, you're getting wrecked, and then like end of the round, the opponents start putting off every ship they've got. Cool, sweet.
Not getting that bad.
But the point I was making about opponents making mistakes, I've had it said in other game systems, but especially in Armada. Especially when opponents start taking a little while, and you start, if you could be a little bit faster. Usually they say, like, but it's really hard. If I go here, you kill me there, and if I go there, you kill me here.
Yeah, that's what makes it a great game. Decisions are so tight,
and that's why I like my list so much. Because if you ignore admonition, it will kill every single thing in your fleet. I've done that. Like I think I had 3 games where it killed everything in their fleet by itself. But if you focus it, then TRC got better.
They'll do.
I would just kill it. Because they kill flotillas as well. Because you've got 3 of them. All I do is ram you 3 times in one go.
That's the beauty of it. I was trying that because I was trying to have the triple threat with the objectives and the MC30 and Defiance if I go second, and it worked okay, but it just wasn't quite strong enough to do well.
The backup way killing flotillas where you just shoot them so much that they have to burn the
it just goes. The scatters.
So I guess we should also mention that Ben, who's been in most of the episodes of this podcast, who has the best Star Wars knowledge that I know.
He took the same list that he took to the spring summer kit.
The last one he talked about on the podcast.
Which is like 4 Gazantes, an ISD,
and a Rhino.
I think it's 4 Gazantes, ISD, 5 activations, and then a massive load of 134 points of bombers and
just bombers and ties. It's like bombers, ties, and 2 intels.
Yeah, and he's got flight controllers to.
And Reimer. There's the only name is Reimer. Everything else is just
he's got Mythil as well.
Oh, he had Mythil. You're right.
He had Mauler after that.
Mythil's like wrecked all my fighters in our game.
But,
I don't know how he got in his. I think he got like one loss. 1 close loss and 3 quite big wins.
Yeah, you got 9-2 against me.
Yeah, he got a couple of 10s.
Didn't quite have enough firepower left.
He was top table going into turn 5 against Jamie Perkins.
Who wrote a pretty good write-up actually. Very interesting to see it from his point of view.
I only read the first couple of rounds, but I remember Jamie a lot from my War Machine days, and he was a very accomplished War Machine player.
He's the way he writes. He's thinking the right things.
I can't remember if he won 2 or 3 UK nationals in a row, but like for War Machine,
ridiculous.
that is
Especially War Machine is so punishing.
Won Temple Con as well. He's an exceptional player. Exceptionally good player.
I'd love to play his list, actually. Looked interesting.
And his list was brutal. Very, very brutal. I don't know what happened with Ben.
List if you're playing to win at the region.
Ben was so shell-shocked. I think what stunned him was he built that list specifically to address Recon. Did Jamie play Recon?
No, it's Dodoma.
But it's specifically to address the MC80, Yavaris, double tapping fighters.
Yeah.
He specifically wrote it to Alpha Strike and addressed that, and then he still lost 7-4. I think he said he went in because he was on. I think it was going to top 2 cut.
Yeah.
He had to win. He had to win big to guarantee he'd be in. So he went all in big.
Yeah.
He fluffed it. Didn't kill big.
Sounds like he had a pretty awful dice roll. But
and then got punished by a good player with Yavaris.
He finished today 3rd or 4th.
I think he came 4th.
4th, yeah. Because I remember if I got 1 more point damage in my last game, I'd have flipped with him on MOV. But everyone's got stories throughout the day.
Luck comes in roundabouts, but I think Ben was disappointed because he specifically wrote that list to deal with that, and then couldn't close off the day,
killing big final.
I wasn't there. I don't know, but it does sound.
It's a shame when your last game goes where you expect.
Big disappointment.
Oh, get out! make like Ricky and leave. Without even saying goodbye.
No, Ricky's just here, really, really silent for the last 20 minutes.
Oh good. That's not
so. In summary, a pretty good day. It's got me pumped up for the next. We've got a spring Q1 kit coming up.
I enjoyed that.
March.
I enjoyed this regional to the extent that I'm now.
And where is that? Should we advertise it? Is it
Bristol Independent Gaming? For all you people listening in Germany, Poland, Canada, it's only 8,000 miles away.
Florida.
Florida. Yeah.
We did have that guy from Germany who came across and wrecked us all.
He was on holiday.
Yeah, that's dedication.
He was on holiday, and in Birmingham, I think, and he popped down for the day.
And
For Bristol to play the store champs.
So if anyone
won it, beat us, and then Jim was going to give him the buy, and he went, "No, I've already got one. I can't have a second one."
He's got one from Germany.
Yeah.
But he knew the rules to the point where he's like, "Yeah, I can't."
He was a smart player.
Well, you can't have a second one in a different country.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, right.
He was a smart player.
He was. Yeah. That's how I got my.
He pointed out to me the interaction because I was when I was playing Intel Officer TRCs. And he pointed out, and I was going, right, I'll Intel Officer your brace, and then I'll flip my dice. And he was going, no, actually, if you look at the precise 11-step combat order, you have to actually flip your dice, then specify your Intel Officer, or something like that. And he was like, it's fine, it's no problem, do what you like in the order, but just so you know, it's the other order. And I was like, this guy is way above my level. Like, this guy's out of my league.
Because he had a German language damage deck.
That was amazing.
As someone was playing against
I had the Donna TRCs, and I was just pummeling his Motti ISDs, and he had to. Every time I did a crit, it was four German damage, and he had to translate them. It could have been anything. Who knows?
Maybe he played you, Sam.
He beat me.
Did you
square?
Did you pick comms noise?
He beat me thoroughly. No.
What is comms noise in German? Anyway.
Comms noise is the one you always get.
No, in German.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know speech.
I'm not even going to try that. It's going to on public record now.
Yeah, it could be unfortunate.
But I mean, I enjoyed this regional. Like, I think the last game really helped. I mean, I was enjoying it all day. I had a bit of a salty moment at midday. But I enjoyed it so much to the point where, like, I wasn't, I play Excellent more than I play Armada, but I genuinely am enjoying Armada a lot more right now. And I've been playing Armada with Europeans.
It's very open. I think the meta, and aside from the fact that
especially when you get more than 3 games in a day, that's key.
But aside from the fact that, like, there's multiple stuff that can be competitive, I think just because there's so much new stuff, so much flavourful characters, people are just trying stuff out for fun.
And there's much more
lower tournaments,
like
the top 10, 20 was all very similar. Not similar list, but there was 5 or 6 different archetypes of stuff. But I thought in the middle and to the bottom there was all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
Tons of different squadrons.
The meta wasn't quite well represented.
Well, that was because it's so terrible, so overcosted.
I was a little bit worried when I played Reek and Yavaris 2 times in a row, right out of the gate.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it after that at all.
No, and towards the top it's a bit more tight, but throughout, I think, because there's so much new stuff, especially the squadrons, people are just trying stuff out.
I also had my first game against Imperials in like 15 tournament games.
And the objectives keep it fresh as well. Yeah. In other game systems, you just play. But the fact you've got objective for your list building.
Yeah.
Capture the VIP was the most fun having.
Yes.
This little transport trying to get away. And it's like, no, I've got speed 4, mate. You're mine. Come here. It wasn't quite that aggressive. It was this beautiful long 4-turn arc. It's like but I shouldn't gesticulate so much because that's not going to work properly.
No, it doesn't come across on a podcast, really.
But
so many email will come around and demonstrate gesticulation.
Yeah. If you really want to do that,
I'll upload a video of me waggling my hands in the air.
Overall, a good day and a fun regional.
Yeah. And anyone got any thoughts? We'll wind it up briefly shortly. Anyone got any thoughts on what the meta is, what their next lists are, what they're going to do, what they've learnt from that tournament?
I think the trouble is with how a meta is, there's clearly some lists that are very, very good, especially when people are good players. So you've got Ben's, you got your big Rhyme Ball, and you've got your Varus Recon stuff. But you've got that bomber heavy, multiple intel, just push bomber damage and kill stuff behind it.
Yeah.
I think I can tech against that. Maybe use 10 numb to just get loads damage out, go full like fighter. But am I going to be having to work hard to scrape 6-5 wins against that list? Because getting 6-5 wins against that list, that's incredible. Because usually you're playing that at the top end. But am I going to get to the top end with a list like that? And 2, am I going to enjoy it? And there's nothing I hate more than a mirror match. So what I don't want to do is like take that and I'll be doing, because it doesn't have dice almost in a mirror match.
Yeah, so boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what you have to do, and I've been saying this a lot in the Hexagon community recently as well, at least in Bristol anyway, I don't know about the rest of the country, but you got to look at what you personally enjoy about the game. And for me, it's that big picture, the outmaneuver, the flanking. So that's why I play fast, reliable, fast, fragile but reliable ships. So
enjoy that.
I've tried running the big fighter wave, and it's fun. But for me, the fighters don't really do it. They sit there doing techie stuff. And no, I want to be moving ships around and slamming broadsides and dodging the fronts of Star Destroyers. Like in the movie, you got the Millennium Falcon, those Star Destroyers come together, he flips up, flips down, they all crash into each other.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That's what I want out of my game. That's why I fly away Andy. What do you guys think?
I agree. Yeah, I do generally do better when I fly stuff like TRC corvettes because I'm generally better at that manoeuvring. But I do like the fighter game. I think I want to move back to Imperials for tournaments just to try them out.
Well, you've got the Karelian conflict to try that out, isn't it?
Yeah, I got
spoilers.
Got two ideas. One is a mix between Architens spam and then like relay fighters. So you try and use the Architens to squadron or give them tokens somehow or something. And then squadron through relay into defenders or something and just mix
defenders are brutal.
But I don't know what with generals because I want to take Ozzel. Been doing really well with him in the campaign because you can just jump from 1 to 3 and down to 1.
Andy Cameron was running double ISD, Kazanti. He's been running that for a very long time. But with the new wave
put defenders
coming out, he's got defenders with shuttles just running around doing all dirty work.
Yeah, so good.
It's good.
So
I'd like to know inside the mind of the designers and kind of know why Rebels only got relay 1.
Yvaris.
That's a good point. Damn you, Yvaris.
Same reason that flotillas don't have broadsides on the Rebel version.
Yeah, because of that.
Oh yeah, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, that'd be absolutely retarded.
I think the met's good. It's nice varied. I'm seeing less Recon nowadays. I think people are taking against it. I'm seeing more Dodonna.
People get bored of
Dodonna,
that
so
10
people
points,
can max
10 points for more bombers. Yeah.
Well, this is what I like about
Tauren Far.
This is what I like about the Karelian campaign because like Recon, it's great in tournament setting where like okay, my ship's dead. But now I can just like abuse it and get damage out of it.
Yeah.
But I've never liked planning a list where like the global buff that I have for my entire list relates to like, oh, so you've lost this.
Yeah.
But it's very, very effective with X-wings.
Oh yeah,
because like zombie X-wings are ridiculous.
Yeah, and there's more uniques.
The other list I think I might try, but probably terrible. But I want to explore it. Is the 3 ISDs with Jagerod and then like point defense.
Yeah.
Reroutes. And then the one where you reroll your crits against squadrons, and the one where you get counter 1 against squadrons.
That'd be cool.
And then basically just try and just get 3. And because it's Jagerod, you could do ridiculous power slides everywhere. So like even corvettes and admonition are not going to get too far away.
If you do like no squadron,
it's it does because if you do ISD
Liberty versus Jagerod ISD 2.
If you do ISD 1s, it's 330 for 3, and then I think the 2 upgrades are 10 points per ship, so it's 360. So the Jagerod is 383, and you've got 17 left for either a bid.
Two gunnery teams on 2 of them.
Yeah, and then advanced gunnery.
Neither on one of them.
And then advanced gunnery is assuming place or something. I don't know, I've got to work it out yet. Because I would quite like to have one ISD 1 in the middle.
Yeah.
Because that can't have both of them because they're offensive retrofits.
Yeah.
Have one in the middle and just have the point defense rewrote on that. And then so that gets protected from too many bombers. If the bombers do come in to kill that one, they're getting triple anti-A8, so they're going to burn down quick.
Yeah.
And then you've got that ISD 1 in the middle with the ridiculous front arc to just murder things and just point all 3 at something every turn and just blow it away. Hopefully, I think it would be. I'm thinking of trying to develop it and take it to the Europeans because my brain was fried after that, and it wasn't a hugely complex list. It was just get the tokens back and try and protect a fight. 4 activations, 8 squadrons. 3 activations, no squadrons. It's going to be straightforward.
See,
it's going to be a quick, do it, win big, lose big, go and enjoy the expo.
Yeah.
Not have my brain oozing out my ears. So we'll see. It might be terrible. It's clearly got weaknesses that like Rhymer Ball can just play with it, I think, because point defense reroute doesn't happen at medium range. So just going to be firing 1 blue dice for each one in the turn. It's not going to be pretty. But you could use the Cook philosophy, which is just kill the stuff pushing the Rhymer Ball before the Rhymer Ball kills you. And hope for the best sort of thing.
Have you ever seen there's a film with like Smoking Aces or something? Where two guys start shooting each other in a lift, and they're both like slumped on the floor, just like emptying their clip into each other's gut at like half a metre away from each other. And I find a lot. Sometimes you get into a game, you know the phrase, gunfight in a lift, and you're both going to smack each other apart. But you just got to do it faster than they do it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
and, as long as you don't bleed out on the lift.
So we'll see. But I like where the meta is now. It's cool. There's a lot more balance, and
completely.
I enjoy it. I don't think there's one thing you can take. Like obviously the fighter control team. Yvaris thing is pretty strong, but you can beat it. Like Ben definitely could win that game. I reckon at least 5 times out of 10 with his Alpha Strike Rhymer Ball.
I've had a couple of ship heavy lists that have done fairly well against Yuvaris, getting at least a 2-to-1 win loss ratio.
Yeah.
And you've got to have a ship that can suck the damage and then kill Yuvaris. If that's a Liberty, or if that's like an MC30, I find that's the way to do it.
Yeah, you're right. You've got to be able to
Because
take it.
even the really hefty bomb lists, they do struggle to 1-round kill unless they've got like a super mega alpha and you've got literally no fire cover. You should be able to get a properly tooled up MC30 or a properly tooled up Liberty to kill Yuvaris. If they got Recon, you're probably going to die of it. But at least you've got the main part of the list out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got a tech for Recon.
If you can think of a way to
Yuvaris,
take out Yuvaris.
If any listeners know, tell us.
Answers on a postcard too.
Comsnoise@gmail.com.
I was going to give you out your home address, but that's just...
Oh dear. So, all in all, good regionals.
Very good regionals. Very well organised.
Shame we couldn't go to more, but I think if they're going to be like that, I wouldn't want to travel. Matt's going to
the Southwest could do some more games. Not being funny, but Firestorm is in a different country.
Yeah. We went to the Welsh region on Southwest.
Got
snubbed.
I've got nothing against Wales, but don't tell the Welsh I said that.
But I'll be representing the Interdicted Meta at Dark 3 next weekend, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah.
As Matt Such stating publicly for the record, he will be winning the Dark 3 Meta next weekend.
With Interdicted.
Yeah. You should have heard what he said. You should have heard what he said about your mothers as well.
and people who live in London. No, overall good. And this is good. Let's wrap it up there.
Yeah, featuring dangerously to offending the entire world.
We said nothing bad about the Americans.
A shorter podcast. So next time we'll discuss Corellian conflict, which is currently in round 2.
So good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'd love to hear any of your guys' comments on anything you've done in Corellian conflict or how you've been getting on. We will probably. This is a bit of a shorter episode. We will probably record again in a couple of weeks because it's been 5 or 6 since our last one.
It's Christmas.
So yeah, family, Christmas, all that.
Could have stamped them all in
jazz. Yeah. Rebellion, awesome.
Yeah. Oh my god.
X-Ray?
No.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, all those things are all cool. They're all good. All good. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers.
They didn't see your thumbs up, unsurprisingly.
You're going to leave that last bit in there.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Cheerio.